Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something really cool. We're cracking open what is basically the guide to branding. That's Alina Wheeler's Designing Brand Identity. And we're going to boil it all down into a clear, super actionable blueprint that you can actually use.
All right, so let's just jump right in with a big one. Is a brand just a logo? It's a question that trips up everybody, from founders to marketers. You see a cool logo and your brain just goes, yep, that's the brand. But the reality? Oh, it's so much bigger than that. And honestly, getting this one thing right is the absolute first step if you want to build something that's actually going to last. And this right here, this really gets to the heart of it. Think about it like this. Brand identity is what you create inside your own four walls. It's your logo, your colors, the way you talk. It's your whole toolkit. You control that part. But brand image? Whoa, that's a different beast. That's how people out there actually see you. It's the reputation you earn, what they feel when they hear your name. And the whole game, really, is to get those two things to line up perfectly. So, to make that happen, we've got to get on the same page. We need to look past just the shiny logo and nail down some key terms. Think of these as the fundamental building blocks, the absolute bedrock of any powerful brand.
So, first up, the brand itself. And this is crucial. A brand isn't what you say it is. Nope, it's what they say it is. It's this little piece of real estate that you own in your customer's mind. It's a mix of all their experiences, feelings, and expectations about you. It's a living, breathing thing that exists completely outside of your company.
Okay, so if that's the brand, then what's branding? Well, branding is the work. It's the active, strategic process you use to try and shape all those perceptions. It's not just about making pretty things, though that's part of it. It's a super disciplined process. It's the bridge that connects your big business strategy to what your customers actually see and feel.
And this is where things get really good. What's so great about Alina Wheeler's work is how she just demystifies the whole thing. She takes what feels like this big, messy, creative process and breaks it down into a clear, proven roadmap. A step-by-step blueprint that, honestly, anyone can follow. And here it is, the 5-phase blueprint. It's so logical when you see it laid out. You start with research, you gotta know where you stand. Then you clarify your strategy, you figure out where you're going. Then you get to design and bring it all to life visually. After that, you create the touchpoints. That's where people actually interact with your brand. And finally, you manage all those assets to keep it strong for the long run. It really does turn brand building from this mysterious art into more of a science.
All right, let's zoom in on those first 3 phases because they are absolutely critical. This is where you really turn all the chaos and confusion into clarity and purpose. So, if you look here, you can see how it all flows together. Phase 1, research. The goal is just clarity. You're doing audits, you're talking to people, you're just listening and learning. Then you move to strategy. Here, you take all that research and you boil it down to find your unique spot in the world. And only after all that homework is done do you move to design. That's when you finally get to create the look and feel that brings that strategy to life. See how each one just builds right on top of the last? It makes so much sense. And all of that hard work, all that research and strategy, it's all leading to this one thing, the big idea. This is the holy grail. It's that single, powerful, unifying concept that just nails your brand's essence. Like Nike's Just Do It. It's not just a tagline, it's the brand's North Star. It guides every single thing they do. Okay, but a brilliant strategy is totally useless if it just sits in a slide deck on someone's computer, right? So the next part is all about bringing that brand to life. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's where your audience actually gets to meet and experience what you've built.
And how do they meet it? Through touchpoints. So what in the world is a touchpoint? It's literally any time someone comes into contact with your brand. I mean, everything, from the huge, obvious stuff to the tiny little details you might not even think about.
And believe me, they are everywhere. It's your website, of course, your app, but it's also your product packaging, the way your social media sounds, that email you sent out, the way someone answers the phone in customer service, even your business card. And here's the real challenge and the huge opportunity, making sure every single one of those interactions feels cohesive. They all have to sing from the same hymn sheet, It's so easy to think that once you launch the new brand, you're done. Phew, cross the finish line. But that's not right. The launch is actually the starting gun. Now comes the marathon, keeping that brand strong and consistent for the long haul. And this is where something like brand guidelines becomes your absolute best friend. And look, these aren't meant to be a creative straitjacket. It's the opposite. They're meant to empower everyone, your whole team, your partners, anyone who touches the brand, with a clear rule book. It's how you make sure the brand stays true to itself, no matter who's working on it.
And this is a really important point from the book. Great brands are never finished. They aren't set in stone. They're living assets. And just like any living thing, they need to be managed, they need to be nurtured, and they need to be able to evolve over time to stay relevant, all while holding on to what makes them special in the first place. So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? It's this. Great branding isn't magic. It's not some lucky lightning strike of genius. It's a process, a disciplined, intentional process that connects really smart strategy to amazing, consistent execution. It's built on purpose, not by accident. So look, this framework, it's not just some abstract theory. It's a real, practical map. It can take you from just a tiny idea all the way to a brand that actually means something to people. You have the blueprint now. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?